From ESPN, his and hers, we welcome in Jemele Hill. And Jemele, you'd be a good guest anytime. We all know that from watching your show. But you're a Michigan State alum, and this is a big-time week for the Spartans. So what's getting the majority of your focus here? Your job and being on the air, or thinking about what's going to happen between Michigan State and Alabama on Thursday?
Thanks, guys, for having me on. It's a pleasure. The true professional that I am, I've managed to compartmentalize it. Of course, today is just Tuesday. Tomorrow, to me, will be my toughest day because right after the show, I'm leaving for Dallas to go to the game on Thursday. So for right now, I'm locked in. I'm focused. Got hot takes about last night's game, I guess, and other issues going on in sports right now. But no, it's just an exciting time to be a Michigan State fan and certainly a grad like me, because when I was going there, we thought we were doing something if we made it to the Liberty Bowl. And to see the team and the program come such a long way, it's just really a treasure and a joy to see how things have progressed.
Jemele, I'm just going to hit you with it. For the next 5 years, who would you rather have, Dantonio or Nick Saban? I know you were at Michigan State when Saban was there, but Dantonio's doing things that Saban never has.
That is correct, which is why, for me, my answer would be Mark Dantonio. And I say this as someone who recognizes, obviously, everything Nick Saban has accomplished. I mean, he has the opportunity and the chance to maybe be considered the greatest college football coach ever, certainly in the BCS/college football era, depending on, obviously, how things kind of play out from here. But you're right. You brought up a good point. And now, granted, when Nick Saban took over, in fairness, I mean, the program, they were on probation. He had to clean up a lot of things that were going on, and I think he had more of a win quickly kind of strategy, and Mark Dantonio has kind of built a real foundation that will hopefully serve in terms of long-term success for the program. But look, as Rich Rodriguez found out when he was at Michigan, other people who have tried and been unsuccessful in terms of coaching at Michigan or Michigan State, it's a different kind of makeup that's required to coach in that area. You're competing with Michigan. You're competing with Ohio State. You're competing with Notre Dame. Everything is earned. Nothing is given. You're not, and especially for a team in a program like, Michigan State that obviously has had the success over the last 4 or 5 years, but maybe doesn't have that, rock star name of Michigan or, Jim Harbaugh or Urban Meyer. So it takes a unique, special personality. And I couldn't be happier. I knew when they hired Mark Dantonio, I knew that he was going to be the football version of Tom Izzo, and I'm happy that he made me look smarter than I actually am.
Hey, Jemele, that's a good thing for everybody. Jemele Hill of ESPN, his and hers. We're going to ask you to stick with us as we take a short break. We'll come back with more from Jemele about Michigan State's big week coming up. Paul Burmeister and Ross Tucker, you're listening to The Dan Patrick Show. We still have with us, we appreciate her patience, Jemele Hill of ESPN, his and hers. You can watch the show Monday at noon on ESPN2. I know football is the big topic for all Michigan State alums coming up in 2 days, but let's not move past too quickly the fact that the Spartans are in Iowa City tonight. Tough place to play, Ross. Taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes, and Michigan State, number 1 ranked in the country. They're going to lose at some point. Are you worried that it might be at Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City tonight?
Worried on a couple fronts, though, just because Tom Izzo, he lost his father yesterday. And he certainly, he said he's going to coach tonight, but obviously condolences to him and his family, because I know that him and his father were very close. So I know that's a tough loss for him. But, on the court, Michigan State doesn't have its best player, Denzel Valentine. And while they're coming off an impressive win over Oakland, which always kind of plays them tough, this is kind of one of those games that's kind of ripe for them to lose. But there is so much about this team and the season, why I'm not truly concerned about them, how they'll manage without Denzel Valentine, just because this so reminds me of the 2000 year when they lost the team for a quarter of the season to a foot injury, and he came back in time for Big Ten play, and they went on, of course, to win the national championship. A lot of resiliency in this team, a lot of youth, athleticism, nice combination of experience, and obviously when you have a coach like Tom Izzo, I feel like this is, regardless of what happens tonight, this is probably going to wind up to be a very special season. Not predicting a national championship quite yet, but I'd be stunned if we didn't make it to the Final Four.
Jemele, we only have a few seconds left, but are you willing to make a friendly wager with the former Iowa Hawkeye quarterback to my left?
What you want to put on it?
What's the spread? There's got to be a pretty decent spread, right?
Oh, man, do I have to give up some points here? We're going to go there?
I don't know. Can we do this? Can we talk points? I mean,
Friendly
points?
Friendly points.
You know what? Yeah, too much pride here to go points, Ross.
Okay.
Straight up. What's the bet?
All right, I don't know. Maybe we'll think of something. Maybe we can do a little. I'm sure you're on Twitter. We can do a little Twitter avatar change for a day or
Nice.
I'm just down the road from Bristol in Westport, Connecticut, so I think we can figure something out.
Yes.
I like where this is
we'll
going.
do.
Hey, Jemele, we not only appreciate the insight, but the patience waiting in between breaks. Thank you very much for doing that. Good luck to your Spartans on Thursday, but not today in Iowa City, okay?
Yeah, no problem. And look, small correction. Shows on Monday through Friday. Just said Monday.
Yes.
Monday through Friday.
Oh, yeah.
So,
It says
ESPN too.
typo. Thanks for being with us. He's Ross. I'm Paul. This is the Dan Patrick Show.